Welcome back to another episode of Alex's Sports Talk Show, where I'm going to be breaking down the top 5 QBs for the 2019-2020 season. So breaking down top 5 QBs, I'm going to have some honorable mentions of quarterbacks who could not be on this list, and I'm going to break everything down, break down why they are where they are, and kind of the reasons for my personal choices of why these people rank where. So starting off with number 1 is going to be Patrick Mahomes from the Kansas City Chiefs. He's coming off a spectacular MVP season, threw over 5,000 yards, 50 touchdowns. That dude is crazy. He's going into his third year being drafted. He didn't even really play his first year. He started, or he got drafted. So essentially, this is his second year in the NFL. He's a next level talent. You hear about all these things Patrick Mahomes can do. No look passes, throwing on the run, scrambling when he's right-handed, flip it to his left and toss out a pitch. Some crazy plays from this man right here. And he makes incredible throws, like I just mentioned, not even just on the run throws, in the pocket. The first throw of his preseason game last week, he was in for one series. He threw a perfect dime to Travis Kelce on a little drag route up. So he's my number 1. Number 2 is Drew Brees. Past 2 seasons, he's been a play away from the NFC Championship and the Super Bowl. So 2 years ago, they would have faced the Eagles if not for that Minneapolis Miracle. And then last year, that pass interference call against the Rams. A lot of speculation on that call, actually. He's a consistent 4,000 yard passer, 4,000 to 5,000, and he's going, I think is going to be 40, 41 maybe this year. So kind of getting up in age. Through the first 12 weeks of the season, we saw last year throwing incredible. Then he kind of had a drop off, not as much zip to the ball. But I've seen a lot of videos on his Instagram and the Saints Twitter of him just throwing darts with accuracy, insane accuracy. So I'm really looking forward to him. And I really don't think age is a factor. There was an article written on ESPN 2 or 3 days ago where one of the ESPN writers was talking about how Drew Brees is either going to be an MVP this year or he's going to get benched this year. I really don't see him being benched at all, if not for another 3 years. I really think this could be almost like an MVP type year for him. Maybe not as well as we might have seen, but I definitely think that it's going to be Drew Brees' year. I think that the Saints are real contenders to represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. Number 3, another NFC quarterback I have is Matt Ryan. His team's bad performance kind of shadowed his performance. This is probably one of the best years that he's had, similar to his MVP season in the 2016 season. And for Atlanta, for them to improve, they drafted a lot of linemen to kind of protect and give Matt Ryan the time to throw to one of the top receivers in Julio Jones. And you got Calvin Ridley and Austin Hooper there well. So last year he threw about 5,000 yards, 35 touchdowns, 69% completion. That's pretty good. Almost comparable to Patrick Mahomes, who had 5,000 yards and 50 touchdowns, probably a few yards short of 5,000 and just 15 touchdowns less. Very impressive year from Matt Ryan this year. Number 4, now we're going into Aaron Rodgers of the Green Bay Packers, who's got a new coach in Matt LaFleur. People are going to be questioning, Aaron Rodgers with the new coach and this and that, is it going to be Aaron Rodgers' team, Matt LaFleur's team? Forget all that nonsense. Throw it out the window. I think just like LeBron is going to have a monster season, I think that Aaron Rodgers is going to come out on Y'all Forget About Me tour. This dude is going to come. He's got a giant chip on his shoulder. He's got a big flame lit under his butt, and I just think he's going to come out and he's going to torch defenses. Could they make the wild card? Yeah, possibly. Are they going to be a deep playoff team, the Packers? I really don't think so. You got a first-year rookie head coach. You have Devontae Adams you lost, Randall Cobb, Jimmy Graham has never been the same since he left New Orleans. And then you have Aaron Jones, and a couple other running backs. I've been hearing is that the Packers are going to be run heavy this year, so watch for that, but don't expect Aaron Rodgers' performance to decline this year. Last year, he had 25 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. People think that is an off year. It's really not. It's really, really accurate, and he was playing injured most of the season last year. And then I definitely think that Aaron Rodgers is a top 2 in talent of all time. This dude is one of the most clutchest quarterbacks in history, just because this dude will throw 50-yard bombs and the receivers will end up catching it, and you're just like, how? Aaron Rodgers, how did you do that, man? Like, bleh, wild. So Aaron Rodgers, I think, is going to have a very bounce-back season this year. Expect for him to do big things. Moving on to the number 5 quarterback, I got my main man, Russell Wilson of the Seattle Seahawks, coming in at number 5. He got a big contract, making him the top-paid quarterback in the NFL right now, and rightfully so. This man has carried the Seattle Seahawks franchises through his legs and through his arm for the past 2-3 seasons. Now that defense has kind of gone away. It's been like, okay, Russell Wilson, this is kind of your team now. The reins in your hands. Let's see what you can do for us, because he is a top quarterback. He is definitely a top 6 quarterback in my opinion. For this year, I got him at number 5. He threw 35 TDs and 7 interceptions last season. That's pretty much what he throws regularly. If not, it's going to be about 30 and 9-ish, something like that. He might not have eye-popping stats to everybody, but man, he is one of the most clutch. You give him the ball down 7, 3 to 4 minutes left of the game, he's scoring. There's not stopping that man. That dude is Houdini. He will put the team on his back. You know what I'm saying? Shout out. Sorry, I got a little passionate right there. And then another reason I have him at number 5 is that second round wide receiver they drafted in DK Metcalf. Go check out my Facebook to see a picture of me and him chilling at his Russell Wilson's passing academy camp I got to attend. Shout out Aunt Linda. DK Metcalf is definitely a number 1 receiver. Sure, his route running could improve, but this dude is super tall. Like, when I took a picture next to him, I don't even think I came up to his shoulders. I don't know if that's a roast on me or if that's applause to him, but this dude is a beast. I expect great things. This is going to be a true number 1 receiver for Russell Wilson, who has really never had a big-bodied receiver. The only person who I can think of is Sidney Rice, and that was after his Viking days and his injury-prone days. No disrespect on Doug Baldwin. Doug Baldwin is great and phenomenal, but he's not like a Julio Jones, DeAndre Hopkins, 6'4", 6'5", 6'6", big-body receiver who, hey, man, I'm throwing it up. I trust you to come down. This is going to be DK Metcalf. Touchdown. All right, notable mentions that did not make my top 5. Tom Brady, the GOAT. There's no denying Tom Brady is the GOAT of football. 6 rings, like, you can't base it all on rings, but this dude not single-handedly, but this dude will put the team on his back as well and make defenses, pay for missing a sack or missing coverage or something like that. Tom Brady is great. Reason why I didn't put him in my top 5, no Gronkowski, top 4 tight end ever. Edelman's injured with the thumb right now, so we're going to expect him full health come back week 4, week 5. Josh Gordon isn't around right now. He's trying to get back. And if Josh Gordon comes back to the Patriots, I definitely think Tom Brady is going to have a very good year. And then N'Keal Harry, I'm very interested to see what he has to bring for the Patriots, because I saw an incredible catch he had. He pretty much Randy Moss somebody on the sideline, so very impressive. Tom Brady coming in at number 6. And then number 7 is Andrew Luck. I don't even know if I want to put Andrew Luck on here anymore. There's reports today and yesterday from the Colts GM, Chris Ballard, saying that, Andrew Luck's calf injury is now turning into a lower leg injury, which is now turning into an ankle injury. And they're going to keep him. They pulled him from preseason, so now it's just going to be rehab. but we don't even know if he's going to even start the season opener. Expect him probably back week, I want to say 3 or 4, but it's tough because, it's almost like that thing with Kevin Durant in the finals. You don't want to push him and have that career-ending Achilles injury, which he's out for a year and might not even come back to the, player he was. So the reasons why I put Andrew Luck in notable mentions, he's got one of the best O-lines in the league. Very young, very strong, very protective of him. So that's going to be great for when he comes back. 2018 was his most efficient seasons he's ever had, especially since last year, the 2017 season. He didn't even play because of his shoulder injury. And he's not really like out of his peak yet. I think he's like 28, 29, still got a lot of time in his career to, get some rings, push his name up into the all-time great. So I definitely see him, if he was healthy, as an honorable mention, like right now. I said he is dealing with a little bit of a ankle, lower leg injury. So those are my top QBs for this upcoming 2019-2020 season. Let me know what you guys think. Drop a comment, hit that subscribe button, share, tell your friends to go. Check out this cool kid named Alex Thompson on YouTube. I'm out of here. Have a good day. Peace.